Hi everyone. So Lex and I are sitting here having a little snack of some freeze-dried fruit. He loves freeze-dried mango, and this we just got for the first time. Freeze-dried banana slices. They're from Trader Joe's, both of these. They are really tasty, and he loves them, and they're kind of like we don't do. This is not what I was intending to talk about. We don't do grains yet, so we don't do puffs. So this is a really good alternative because it doesn't necessarily melt in his mouth the way that puffs would, but like it's easy for him to break down in his mouth. Anyway, that was a tangent. So what I did want to talk about is our house search, house hunting. So I'm pre-recording this. If you don't notice, I'm wearing the same shirt that I was wearing in yesterday's video. So we are, and I talked about in yesterday's video, I talked about how we are, like, I'm looking forward to having a house and all of that because of the washer and dryer specifically. But anyway, so I want to talk about our house hunting. So we are currently renting an apartment. Eric did own a condo when we met, and I lived there for a little while before we got married and when we were married, and then a little over a month after we got married, we put it on the market. We had wanted to get out of there and wanted to move to where we are now. There was some question about whether or not we were going to be able to get as much as he owed on the mortgage because he bought it like right before the real estate market, the housing market crashed. So he bought high and we sold low. But anyway, so we weren't sure if we were going to be able to. We were able to sell it without really losing much more. Like we got basically what he owed. So anyway, so we moved to renting. Which has been good. It has been like a good interim, and we weren't at the point where we had the money saved up for a down payment on a house when we moved here, and we weren't totally sure that we wanted to stay in this area or what area we wanted to be in and stuff. So this has been a good move for us, but I think me more than Eric, I am so ready to be out of this place, to have our own house, to have it be our space, to have more space, all of that. So we live in about 1,000 square feet, so it's not bad. 2-bedroom. It's not bad, but it's tight, and it like we're at the point in our life where we need to be able to spread out a little bit more. So anyway, so we have started the process of house hunting. We found a realtor who was recommended by a ton of parents, moms in my kind of like community. It's like my mom's network community. She's part of this community, our realtor. She was recommended by a ton of people who have been really happy with her. We love her so far. So we met with her for the first time 2.5 weeks ago, I think. Maybe a little more than that, maybe 3.5 weeks ago, and just kind of went over what we wanted. And before that meeting, Eric had talked to some lenders, and we had been pre-approved, and they were sending out the information and everything about the pre-approval for a mortgage and all of that. So we sat down with her, figured out what it is that we wanted, which our criteria is pretty simple. And then she got us set up so that we were getting emails with houses. She set us up so we could search ourselves online, and like send her the MLS numbers so that she could know what it was that we were interested in. And we have so far been out twice to look at houses. We went out a week ago yesterday, and we went out, so I'm pre-recording this. It's Monday right now. We went out a week ago yesterday, which was last Sunday, and we went out yesterday, which was Sunday. And both times, so it's been good because it's helped us kind of like refine what it is that we want and really figure out what's important to us and what doesn't matter quite as much. So the first time we went out, we looked at 4 places. Both times we looked at 4 places. And we found a house that we really, really loved. But unfortunately, the location wasn't great. So that searching kind of helped us hone in a little bit more on where it is that we want to be. That house was just a little too far away from everybody, and a little bit too in the middle of nowhere. Although we're kind of okay with being in the middle of nowhere as long as you're not too far from the highway and stuff. So we came home after that day considering putting an offer in on that house, but pretty quickly decided that it was just not going to work when looking at a map and all of that. So then yesterday when we went out, yesterday when we looked at 3 houses, we were supposed to originally look at 5, and then 2 of them ended up going under contract before we could get out to see them. So, so we ended up seeing 3. The first one was okay, but didn't have a great lot, and was a little bit on the small side. The second one was a dump. Like, the pictures did not provide any actual good information about what the house was like. It was bad. And the third place we loved. It was gorgeous. And one of the things that's really important to us is having a really nice, big, open kitchen, because we both really like cooking and we want to have like family gatherings and stuff like that. And this had a gorgeous kitchen. And we were like really excited and really wanted to put an offer in and all that. And kind of slowly after we left and came home and really, talked about things and everything, came down a little bit from that excitement and, being ready to like jump at it. Part of the problem was that it's an older house. It was built in 1900 or thereabouts. We didn't know a lot. We didn't have a lot of good information about like the foundation and stuff like that, which obviously we'd find that out through a home inspection. But like, we were a little bit hesitant to put an offer in and have to spend the money on a home inspection and all of that. So we ended up, I think we were still open to, like, we still kind of wanted to make an offer. But we then heard back from our realtor, who talked to the realtor for the sellers, and found out that they already had 2 offers. So and they were close to the asking price or something like that. So like, if we really wanted it, we would have to make an offer that night at or above asking price, basically. And we weren't prepared to do that. We didn't love it enough to do that. One of the other things about it was that, like, it was an open floor plan, which we really want an open floor plan, but it was a little too open. Like, it was kind of like the main floor was just kind of like one big room, like the kitchen and then the rest of this big room, which I'm sure we could have made work, but like, it wasn't as homey feeling as we would have liked and stuff like that. So, so we've passed that up. So now where we are is we are scheduled, and this may be way more information than anyone is interested in. We are now scheduled to go look at 4 houses tomorrow, which is the day that I'm going to post this. So today, well, if you're watching this, we're out, or we are, or we've already been, or whatever. So we were looking at 4 houses in kind of an area that I wasn't really considering, but like, looking at a map, it really makes sense for us. So we're gonna look at 4 houses. A couple of them we really like online, but that in the past has proven to not be a good indicator of what the house is actually like. So, we're going in with open minds. We're scheduled to go look at 4 houses tomorrow, and then we are also going to go out on Friday to look at houses. So we're kind of upping the game, and our realtor is open to going out with us a third time this week if we want to. She's busy over the weekend, so it would have to be Wednesday or Thursday, and Wednesday doesn't work for us, so it would have to be Thursday, and Thursday doesn't even really work for us, so it's probably going to be twice. So I'm guessing we'll look at least 8 houses this week. And hopefully, so we're not in a huge rush, but hopefully, like, there have been a number of places that, like, we've looked at online and we've really liked and been interested in, and before we can get out to see them, they go under contract. So, we really want to get out and see as many as we can while they're still on the market, in case the one that we really want and love is about to be bought. So that's where we're at. Our lease runs out, our lease is up in October here. So ideally we would like to be moving in like August, September, but we're totally open to moving earlier than that if we need to, and figuring something out, you know, with our lease. Yeah, it's really exciting. Like, it's crazy to go into these houses and think, oh my gosh, like this, and we're looking for a place to like be in for at least 30 years. Like, it's going to be our home. This is where we're going to raise our family. This is where we plan to stay, barring any, you know, unforeseen circumstances. So it's crazy to walk into these places and be like, this is where Lex is going to grow up. This is where his siblings are going to grow up. You know, we're hoping to do a home birth for our next kid. So, like, potentially where our next child could be born. Like, it's just weird to think about that. And to have all of these possibilities. So, it's exciting. Like, I find it really exciting, but it's also kind of scary. Like, I'm a little bit paralyzed to, like, make the wrong decision and choose the wrong house. I'm sure whatever we choose, we're going to be happy with, and it's, like, we're going to make it our own, but it's a little bit scary it feels like a lot of responsibility to, like, pick the house that we're going to be in forever. I mean, not forever, but, like, potentially forever. So it's crazy. And I mean, I grew up in basically one house. So, like, I come from that, and, like, I consider that my home. So I really want that for my kids. My parents have lived in their current house since I was 4. And my younger sister was born in that house. So, like, it's, you know, she's now, well, she's 25 or something like that. So they've been there a long time. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. I have a tendency to do that. If you've watched the whole thing, thank you for watching. I don't know if this is helpful or interesting to anyone, but I just kind of wanted to talk about where we're at, so that down the road in a few weeks, if I talk about us putting in an offer on a house, it's not like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know you were looking at houses. So, yeah, so that is kind of the housing information, house hunting stuff. It's exciting, and I'm really looking forward to getting out there tomorrow and on Friday, and hopefully finding some good things that we could really imagine ourselves being in. Lex is sitting there just kind of, let's see if I can show him. He's eating some dried mango. So I will leave you for today, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye.